start the conversation. So we are on YouTube. Hello, everybody who's watching this. This is me with Maria. Maria, you're a host too, right?
I wish I was before.
Oh, okay. But tell me about you, who you are right now.
What I'm doing? About me. Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Maria. I am 21 years old. I'm from Salvador, Bahia. I've been talk for a long time, even in Spanish and English immersions. I really like being here. And I don't know. In my free
Hello, everybody
time,
watching this. This
uh,
is. Oh, yeah. I'm
okay.
sorry, my computer was just blinking.
Okay, no problem. My free time, I like to hang out. I like to bridge, see a movie. But I really prefer to hang out, going somewhere and talk. That's very good for me. What about you, Victor?
Um, I like to eat a lot. In
I'm in
fact, I
there.
was just having dinner before this conversation and I feel so good. But my head hurts. I have a headache right now, but it's everything okay. Life's good. But I'm waiting until tomorrow to just sleep and I don't know, I want to do nothing in the weekend. And that's it about me. I am tired. I wish I could start this immersion in a different way, but that's it. And in fact, today's topic, it's very hard to, you know, it's something sensible for a lot of people, but I think for me, it's kind of normal. I don't know. Are you?
Uh, no.
I am presenting you my screen.
No, yes.
Okay. Today we are talking about absurdism. And before we properly talk about it, I want us to read and to understand what does that mean. And can you start reading this, the main definition of it?
Absurdity's definition, the short answer. Absurdism, I don't know how to talk it, is the philosophy that there is no true meaning of life, so humanity's attempt to find one year essentially absurd.
Yeah, that's it. But let's read a longer answer. The contradictory nature associated with the universe and the human mind gives from the absurd. The philosophy of absurdism is associated with humans attempting to find meaning and purpose in life, which results in one of two conclusions. And you can read the conclusion number one, please, Maria.
Life was bestowed and then controlled by a high power, God, or a belief system association with an abstraction conceptual religion. This higher power is incapable of being understood by humanity because it's so far above it.
And conclusion number two, life is meaningless and purposeless. Um, yeah, that's kind of hard to understand, sometimes hard to get it. And I'm gonna read this now. Camus, which is a philosopher of this philosophy, argues that humans search for meaning in life by seeking the comfort of a God, higher power, or strong belief system, subtly as way of comforting themselves. He believes that in order to follow the philosophy of absurdism, you must choose one of three options. And you can read all the options, please.
Okay. Real suicide, essentially given into meaningless by ceasing to exist. Camus advised that this is something one shouldn't do, as it's creating absurdity. Philosophy suicide pretend that is a guy as a god or a high power pretend to follow religion and pretend to abide by the rules that religion provides, also known as the leap of faith. and fully accepted there is no true meaning of life, and interpret this meaningless as a complete freedom. Oh my God, my mind is very. I think I understand a little
Yeah,
bit.
that's it. Yeah, I mean, I still don't get it, all the things related to it, but this, reading was for us to just make a reflection and search for more. It's loading to send the questions in here, but question number one, it's about to come to the chat. Please just give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seconds. Um, do you believe life has an inherent meaning, or we create our own? Why? If life has no ultimate purpose, what motivates you to wake up every day? You first.
Oh my God, you are always surprised with these films. This one is so philosoph. I understand a bit. Um, I think we created your one purpose in life, and because I'm not a religious person, I'm I'm very curious person, and I had to confess that believe that just one God can, say about your lives, rules, and how we could live is not a thing that I like. Because of that, I think that I'm not getting into religions, but there are interesting religions like Spiritism. I know it's in English. That is very that there's a lot of things behind this. It is interesting, but I had to confess that in my point of view, we create the life that we want. Um, what motivation me to wake up every day? Paul, this is hard. For me, it's to, you know, sometimes I was thinking about purpose in life, but nowadays I'm trying to achieve my goals, even in a health year or professional, whatever. For me, it's more about that nowadays. And I believe that you can change your lives. I'm not talking here about being a billionaire, things like that. I know change in a good way. And it is one of my purpose, Lord. And beyond that, I believe that you have to live and enjoy the life as much as possible. Uh, because life pass uh very quickly. What about you? You're one multi.
Thank you so much. I was saying that I wish I believe I had a specific purpose in life. Like I was made to be there. I was made to do this. I was made to work or to, I don't know, create or to change something in life and the world, or even, I don't know, in my community. I wish I could be that person, but I am not. So for me, religion, it's very hard. I am just like you because sometimes I do believe in God, but sometimes I just start questioning everything that is happening. And for me, there are no sins God would punish us with so many disasters, with I don't know if he controls everything. I don't want to get into details because, uh, that sounds a little, I don't know. Actually, that's okay, because a person could
No problem.
believe and I could not, and that's okay. But I mean, if he's there, why there's so many bad things happening, you know, and we're almost everyone are Christians, not the entire world, but if we look at specific countries, specific cities and states, I mean, a lot of people believe in God. So, um, and the things are not changing, so we should not be ruled by the Bible because either was the Bible, wrote by God. Humans did it, I guess. And it wasn't even in Portuguese. And poor people were not allowed to touch the Bible because they couldn't read it. I mean, when it was created. But I mean, for me, we create our own. Or sometimes we just keep life going. And what motivates us is just, I don't know, somebody, our work, the things we achieved in life. Like, oh, right now I get to live alone. Right now I just finished graduation. Right now I have a good job and I have a husband, a wife, kids. I have to take care of my kids. I have a pet, I have a dog. And I want to travel sometimes. I don't want to be there. I want to go out. I want to do something. I want to buy something. I can't die. Or maybe, I don't know, I can die because I have to watch her the second the actually the fifth season of The Handmaid's Tale. It will be available in next week, I guess. So I can't die until there, because it's gonna be out and I have to watch it. That's it. My answer was too long. I'm sorry, but
No problem.
I
Uh,
hate this is the question number one.
this is a word for we point of view. Your point of view is agnostic. Is someone that believes in God. Don't believe, not necessarily believe in God, but don't. I don't know how to say desacreditar in this. And I had to confess, like I'm very agnostic sometimes. And but I'm so curious. And for example, if you study a little bit of philosophy in the Greek period, you will see that the religions like Catholicism inspired uh, those and old philosophy in Greece inspires what is in those religions today. Like, for example, accept the life the way that God gives to you. A lot of persons accept, oh my gosh, this is because God wants me to live like that. And this is an old philosopher, Grace, I forgot the name now, cynismo in Portuguese, I think, that when you accept that you have to live the life in the way that nature wants and don't change it. And a lot of things that we believe, even the meaning of God, for example, is from I know how to say Aristotle in English, something very similar. And he gives this name for, oh, this is very hard to explain in English. Um, he believes that, for example, this, I don't remember what say couple, however, is from someone beyond us, something beyond us. So he described it as God, but not the religious God. And a lot of things that we believe now is from that. So I was like, oh my gosh, why make these religions true, biblical, or all those things is it's a very range topic. No, range, no, long topic. But you can
Yeah,
go ahead.
yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense actually. And I think I would find peace in life if I believed more, because I would just say, I don't know, God's plan, it's God's plan. I believe in God and I'm working very hard, so I will achieve my dreams because God is the only one who has the power. And God, will provide me. I wish I could be like that, but I'm not. So let's
I
go to
don't
the,
I don't miss this. Like I had to believe in something. I don't miss this.
yeah,
I think
yeah,
I'm too rational sometimes.
yeah, yeah, that makes sense. So question number two asks, can art, music, or literature give life meaning, even if nothing is inherently meaningful? Do you think you can be, I don't know, inspired in a level that you may found purpose in life, like music, movie, theater. I don't know how to say theater, but art things, painting, watching, observing. What do you think, Maria?
I've never thought about that before, but I think it can make you have a meaning in life. For example, there are a lot of histories and movies that can teach us about a lot of things. For example, I'm not a religious person, but I had to confess that is a movie on Netflix called Until the Last Man. I don't know if you have heard about that. And it's about a man in the army that he's Adventist, I don't know how to say in English. And he saved a lot of um, companheiros militares in the battlefields a lot of times. And why the name of the movie is that? Because he always one more man to save, and he didn't use guns because Adventista didn't allow those persons to use guns. This is a very interesting and inspirational movie about faith and something. And sometimes I have to confess that it's so beautiful how people can get something good with faith. I don't know if I can. I think I had to experience something very deep to, get it because I can't feel it. I'm just too irrational. I just like to understand things and don't accept it. I think this is good because a lot of persons that go to a religious place, they just sit there and listen what the shepherd says all the time or the shepherd, shepherd. And but I think that art brings us to life and can make us motivation. I believe that art in general gives more um oh today is very hard to talk in English. Gives a purpose. And for example, sometimes you saw a movie and if you're inspired and art in general make us happy because we have some genders like fantasy, and it is so good to see a movie like that. And when we write about histories, humans in general, we always put ourselves like superheroes or something very incredible that we couldn't be in real life. So for me, literature, music, and art can really mm, gives life meaning, but I don't know how. But for
Yeah,
me, life is a way to no. This film is very hard, but continue. So what is your point of view?
yeah, I do agree with you because I don't think like a music can change my life. I mean, a music could change a life, I guess. Actually, it could, and it can change. But I think it gives us emotion. It makes us feel in a certain way that we may do something because of that. Like, oh, I watched a video clip, a music video that talks about, I don't know, suicide, and then I decided not to do it because it touches me in a way that I've never been there before. Or maybe, what people say about Lady Gaga, she's coming to the country and they say like music of her changed a lot of people, a lot of gay people, especially. It's I was born this way, the name of the song. So I can relate to that. And yes, I do think it can be meaningful. It can be a powerful resource for you to do something or to believe in something. Because once you access this, there's no way you're forgetting about it. So you will carry with you that emotion actually, that feeling of, whatever you felt. So I do agree with you. Let's go to question number 3. If nothing truly matters, does that, oh, I think I can see the fucking name of the thing. I'm sorry. If nothing truly matters, does that mean we are completely free? Does that mean we are completely free? Or is it terrifying? I think it's terrifying, because nothing matters. Why am I here? Why am I even here? Because, nothing matters. Why should I live? I think it could lead us to a thought and to a mindset that we are wasting time in here. We're wasting time in living. We're wasting time in working. We are wasting time in relationships. And I don't want to feel like that. Because one day I want to have a dog and I want to carry it with me and I want to take care of a dog and I want to adopt a dog. I want to change its life, you know, and I could never see something like that as something, meaningless for me, at least. That's just an example to me to express what I feel. But I think it's terrifying when you figure it out. If you go today, if you leave, if you die, that's it. Because, I mean, at least for me, because I do not believe we will come back. And I do not believe I'll go to a place after dying. I think that's it. I die, I don't exist anymore. All the things that I've learned, all the things that I did, it's just a memory for other people, not for me anymore, because it's just blanked. What do you think, Maria? What is your opinion?
I've never thought about that before, and that's gonna be terrifying, like you said, because imagine that nothing has purpose. Religion, jobs, working, get rich, get poor, you know, get a relationship, or get anything. That's gonna be very hard for your minds because you need motivation in life. Because without that would be like very uh, empty, and it's not good. I think that everyone has experienced that before, a time in life that you simply uh don't know what to do, don't know if we're doing right, those existential craze. And this is very hard and boring. Oh, why I'm here? Is that right what I'm doing? How could I could be better? And all those things make our minds very empty, and it's not good. And because of that, I believe that religions people believe a lot, and nowadays growing more. I don't know if have you seen that books. Um, the word today is very opposite all the time, like extreme points. And I believe that people go into a religion to find purpose and to find a way to find rules to follow and all those things, even if they don't follow it right, and judge others for do a lot of fun. I
Yeah,
believe
that
that is
makes
it.
yeah, I do agree with you. But sometimes I think people go to religion because they find some peace. Because I was Catholic. I mean, I never was, but I was in there. And in some moments, yeah, I couldn't understand why people were there because they were talking and listening to good things. Not all the time, of course, but I do think people find some peace in there, and it makes they think, it makes them, listen to somebody. And I think that's important. And it creates a community, because there's a lot of old people at the churches. And if we look at entertainment for old people right now, for adults, like very, very old people, there are no many things for them, to do. I'm not saying that they're not allowed to do it. I'm saying that the world is built for you know, adults and teenagers and people with a certain kind of needs. So a lot of old people loses their connection with society. And I do think religion and church, it's a good way to make them together, to make them talk to somebody and go out. Because, that's not very good to be at home all the time. So I think it is a good thing to do. But yeah, let's go to question number 4. How do you think an absurdist mindset changes the way we experience daily life? How would you do things, Maria, if you follow this philosophy? How would you think about the other? How would you, I don't know, make your decisions?
So, can you explain this absurdist mindset? I don't understand a bit, but I don't know if I get it.
It's like it's still something different for me, but it feels like we're not attached to a specific purpose in life in terms of, religion and beliefs. It's like we're here in life and we should live it, but there are no God guiding us. There are no powerful forces around us. And there's no other philosophy like other religions, other way of think life. And we have life to live right now, and that's it. But you have no purpose in terms of, I don't know, in general, I guess. It feels like it's empty, but sometimes it can feel like I do not live to follow this path in life. When you think about success, when you think about relationships, when you think about good things and bad things, when you think about your decisions, it's like that's life and you have this life to do something. I
Think I
could ask
get
that GPT to explain it with different words because I think you still don't get it.
I get a bit, but for example, in this mindset, for example, I won't get being succeeded don't mean nothing to me, or this is not a pathway. I would just live the life and no purpose.
Yeah, that's a great question. Let's answer question number 5 while I am searching for it. Why do people in wealthier countries still struggle with feeling fulfilled? I mean, if they live under good circumstances, why aren't they happy? You know?
Mm. Um, because being happy is different than we think. But for me, for example, get good financial research is essential to have a happy life. And this, yeah, I don't believe that you had to be poor to be happy. This is a religion concept from another church and things like that. And I don't know either. For example, imagine that a person that lives in Switzerland, that is one of the most incredible countries in the world. He didn't feel this person didn't feel happy. I don't know. This is a very hard question. Maybe because being happy is more than we think. And in my point of view, you can be happy in any moment of life. Of course, it's so good to improve the how that I live, the travels that I do make me very happy. But it's more than that, and I don't know. I don't know. I have no answer for that. What about you?
Yeah, I do think I agree with you. Sometimes it isn't about money. I mean, I hate to say this because money would change my life. I would be
Mhm.
so happier. But I
Yes.
do think when it comes to a certain point, um, quality of life isn't about getting to buy everything. You know, sometimes the food isn't good, you can buy it, but you don't get all the things you need. Sometimes, I don't know, there are so many possibilities, and I don't know, they have problems like us in general, besides the financial ones, but it's like they have, imagine if they're not struggling with money. The problems for us, it feels like it's nothing because they're not like willing to survive because they have all the conditions to survive. But then if we live their lives, we're gonna see that maybe they have another kind of problems that we face well because our main problem is money. Um, I don't like to generalize like all the people in wealthier countries. I mean, there are poor people in there as well, but it's different. We know that. And yeah, that question is hard. And here I have the explanation for you to understand what is this philosophy.
Okay.
An absurdist lifestyle means accepting life is random, enjoying experiences for what they are, and creating personal meaning without expecting the universe to provide one. It's about recognizing the absurdity of existence and still choosing to live fully, often with humor, creativity, and defiance against traditional expectations. You know, you realize there are no meaning in life. You know, there are no God sometimes. There are no purpose. You weren't born meant to be the one. You're here just because you exist and you have to live it. You know, you won't be judged after you die. And in fact, when you die, it's over, game over for all of us. And let me just read just one thing. Instead of falling into despair, absurdism encourages embracing this lack of meaning and living freely without being constrained by the need of purpose. You just see that you don't need to have a purpose in life. Like when people say, "What's your purpose?" and you say, "None." I want to live. Um, does that help you, Maria?
Yes, but at the same time makes me confused. I had to confess that I follow a lot of things about this philosophy, but has no purpose and no, I just exist. I don't know. That's very fucking confused, this philosophy. I get a bit. Um, for sure, sometimes I don't believe in the Almighty, but being without purpose or just, exist for nothing. But you say that we have to create your own reality. That's true. Now it disappear.
Hello, I'm back. My computer just left.
Okay.
I don't know what happened. I just went out. But thank you for being in here while I was out. And please keep going, keep answering. You were talking that you believe in something in this philosophy, but you still don't feel totally connected to it. You still don't.
Yeah. Yeah. For example, means like I won't do nothing in life. I just exist for exist because there is nothing beyond me. I just exist. And this is very empty for me, I think.
Yeah.
But I'm not a person that believe in something beyond me. I believe in that, don't believe at the same time. But I had to confess that we created your own reality. So I don't have to live in the way that God's wanted because someone writes a notebook in that period in the so what and uh you know long time ago, and I had to live the life because of the biblical or because of what the shepherds say. That's very hard for me. I don't believe.
Yeah, that's okay. Let's go to question number 7. If money and survival were not a issue, what would you dedicate your life to? What would you do, Maria?
Uh, so I go to Paris, parties and travel, and do exercise. And this me like I'll be rich in this situation. Just money and surviving is something that I don't have to worry about because I live in a good country.
Hey, that makes sense. I was thinking about, I don't know, go to somewhere peaceful and have a lot of dogs because I have no problem with money. So I could live in a very great house with a lot of space for my dogs to play, and I would take care of them. I would go to the gym. Actually, I don't think I would go to the gym. I think I would do something different, like, I don't know, some different sport. Um, I would, I don't know, because um, we just don't know it. But I think in terms of working, I do think I would have to work with something, even if it's a volunteer work. I think I don't know what I do, honestly. I really don't know what I do. But I would find something to do, you know. Maybe I would go to theater classes. I would try to be an actor. Or maybe, I don't know, I would try something related to art, like writing books. Um, I just don't know what I would do. You know,
Now I get it. In my case, I think would travel a lot and not worrying about something. But I had to do something because being down doing something is very boring and you feel like I don't worth it. It is not a good feeling. And I tried, I really like to go to the gym and all those things. I do different sports like in the ocean, the something different though. I don't know where that could be. This is a time that we will fight for example, imagine a person that is retired now. You don't work anymore. So what shall you do about my life? Because being home all the time and watching TV, this is very boring. And this is a time in life, or even so for some persons that have a lot of money and they don't have to work anymore, if they don't feel purpose in their jobs, this can make yours very crazy, I think, because
Mhm.
you had to do something to no. I don't know, very hard, I think.
Yeah, maybe I would try to be a stripper and
Creating
that's
nonsense.
yeah, I mean, I don't think I would get money because, usually when I see a stripper in terms of appearance, it's a person totally different from me, when I look at a body. And I'm not really their type. I wish I could be. My life would be so much easier in a lot of ways, actually, because, pretty privilege exists and, it exists. Um,
Body privilege, like that?
no, pretty privilege.
Ah, yes,
Yeah.
that is true.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of people say, no, it isn't, but it is true.
It is true.
And there's a lot of,
Appearance important.
yeah, it is very important. And sometimes it extends to other areas of life. Like, because some people do think that pretty is being white and having a certain type of hair and having a lot of things. And it comes to like racism, or maybe, I don't know. Um, I mean, it sucks. Let's go to the other question because I don't want to talk about it. Can a job or career provide real meaning in life, or is that just a social construct? Would you be happy if you achieve a certain level in your career, Maria? Would you be totally fulfilled if you get all the things that you want in your professional journey?
So, um, oh, that is very hard question. Yes, for a time, but I prefer to have a lot of money incomes and live a life with more time and quality, because being a job 8 hours per day and just live eight all the time or just live for a job is not good in my point of view. And nowadays, I think that this new generation is doing something good about it. That people don't want to waste their lives just working and do nothing. For example, have the pleasure to go out or going to a trip or traveling. Of course, now in Brazil, rates are so high, and I think that's gonna won't be possible for a long time. Uh, but I believe that job and career can have a meaningful in life, but depend of the person and the purpose that you want with this job. Sometimes for we see like a lot of videos about, oh, I was a financial in a big company. I had an emerged loud salary. I had it, eat and eat, but I had to believe that my life is fulfilled like now because I'm traveling all the world and I feel so happy. This happens all the time. And I consider that it can make a meaningful in life. But for me, life is more than a job, and I think we have to live. I had to I like money, and it is so good for our lives because you won't traveling without money, you won't do nothing without money. But at the same time, I think that you have to live sometimes, appreciate the life and all those things. It can be a social construction because in the old period, people didn't work; they just you know work or something for slaves or, s- or something related like that. And working is a social construction for church, even Catholic church in a period that I don't remember now, but they created this idea to make people work because the capitalism grows, and you need someone to consume my products and for me to sell. This is very hard. What do you think?
I somehow agree with you because having a great career, and I'm not saying like you are the chief of something, but when you achieve certain level of knowledge and when you are important in your work, when you get to, I don't know, certain level of achievement, when you have goals and you achieve them, when you have purpose and career and you achieve it, it feels very great because usually we are related to a company, and when we are important, we feel that we're valuable. We feel that we are very necessary to that company, to that people. Without us, they would never achieve certain level of, I don't know, money, um, of, knowledge, popular knowledge. They would not be there without you. And you feel like, oh, it's somehow I I was one of the guys who made this company grows, or who changed this, or who created a product like that, or who were, I don't know, building a marketing campaign, or even I was making the client satisfied, and the company were just, very, everyone was happy because of my good work. So I do think somehow that can help us. But, usually we should not lay just in the fact that we are important in work, because you know how capitalism works, you know how company works, especially the private ones, the public as well. And I mean, there are so many people in the world, and they could just say bye bye to you, and that's it. And you would lose everything because you believed you were the one. But you're not, because everyone can be replaced. Everyone can be replaced.
Yes.
I mean,
Stability is
that
no.
hurts because when I see I'm doing something very great and I say like, oh, nobody could do this, but actually somebody could do better. Somebody could see me doing certain thing and say, no, I would change it because it's not efficient. And yeah, that hurts me a lot, but I think it's normal. Um, I don't know. I don't like to see real meaning in life just because of a work. But when it comes to work with humanity or even with animals, I do think when we save lives, I do think when we change something without thinking about money, it feels different, I guess. When you work believing in a purpose, like I work to save kids, I work to um a certain community to help teenagers to make their own money. I work to make, you know, uh, black girls to achieve certain level of their career to be, I don't know, to just make money. Uh, I work for something, I change something, and I think that feels very important because it extends to a different level of life, I guess. But it's very hard to find equality, to find balance in your life work and your work professional things, in
Yes.
life. And sometimes you get confused. And people say like, oh, my company is my family. It isn't. It's not a family. Get out of there. Yeah. Let's go to the next question. Oh, question number 10. Yes, definitely. If you were immortal, how would that change your perception of meaning in life? How would that change, Maria? Because I would kill myself.
This is make it should be like um very boring because I live forever and I will replace the same things all the time. And I think it will make me enjoy the moments because life is so precious. And sometimes we want to be immortal, but at the same time, it's gonna be very hard. I know, like it won't be your first kiss or you won't be your first moment if you're a child. And imagine that you are immortal and people don't doesn't people don't fuck. People are mortal.
Yes, they don't die.
Yeah, people is mortal and you see everyone dying. It's gonna be very hard in my point of view. I don't know. It's me like life it's boring. Don't it
Yeah,
is not pressure. What about you?
me too. I think I would just lose myself because I would see everyone that I love dying, and I could do nothing but accept. But at the same time, I feel like I could be different in each life. Like I could go to a city and live a life. I could change professions. I could change everything. And I would experience everything. But when it comes to limit, I think we have to die because we have to die. Um, I don't know how to imagine this. Yeah, that's my answer. And let's end this conversation, please, because
My
um,
mind is blinking
yeah,
now.
I don't want to talk about it anymore. Um,
But
um, yes,
I think that we could learn a lot of language, live being immortal. Being China or other things. It's gonna
yeah,
be cool at some time,
yeah,
at that
that
point.
makes sense. But I would never live in a country that treats homosexuals like they're not people. I mean, even in here, we're not very, very safe, but we still don't have a law, or maybe, I don't know, it's not legal to kill us, at least. So yeah, it's okay. But I would never go to certain countries. I would never. I mean, they're beautiful, they have their culture, but I have the freedom to choose. I am not gonna put my feet in there because,
But they could try to kill you and you'll survive.
yeah, yes, they killed me. And I was about to say something very bad, but I'm not gonna say it. It's
Say it,
about
say it, say
war and killing all of them. If I could just leave a bomb in there and kill
it.
everyone. But I know there are gay people in there, so I can do it because they're my sisters, they're my
There are
brother.
in many places. There's
Yes, but I wish all of the bad people, evil people could just die.
yeah, but sometimes they are gay too, but they want to confess and that's all.
But that's the worst ones because they hate themselves and they put their feelings through the other. They're like, oh, because I hate myself, I have to kill you. No, kill yourself. Oh my God. Let's please. No, no killing. Nobody's gonna die. Bye bye, guys. Thank you, Maria, for coming. And next week I'm gonna bring something different. Definitely. Um, have a
Okay,
good,
this
great night.
this film is very hard and deepy. I try to search about this philosophy because I get it, but I at the same time it seems very crazy, but was so good and hard, and it make me think deeper. I really like this type of conversation.
Yeah,
But
that was somehow great. But thank you
yeah,
for, accepting this. And have a
okay.
good night.
Good night for you. You want to disappear now. I know.